I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We had a really busy week this week. I know I always say that, but it's true. We always have a busy week. At our board meeting, we had a pretty lengthy board meeting. We had a lot of things to cover. We reviewed preliminary projections for our fiscal 15 budget, which will start on July 1st, 2014, a little less than a year from now.
How's that looking?
It's looking decent. I don't want to get too overly carried away with things yet, but we're looking like we're in pretty decent shape, and a lot of that is due to a lot of the controls we put in and the actions we've taken over the last few years so that we aren't in a big struggle situation right now. Plus, things are looking up. Building permits seem to be on the rise a bit. The room occupancy tax and meals tax are up. So things are looking decent. Those are some of the indicators that we look at.
Right.
We also talked about hard to handle waste fees. These are fees that are for at the landfill for things like couches, mattresses, TVs, stuff like that. And back in March, the board suspended those fees with the idea being that maybe people will stop dumping all that stuff out in the moors and elsewhere. And they agreed that they would revisit that. They revisited it at our meeting, and they agreed to indefinitely suspend the fees, keep the suspended fees. So you can still take all that stuff out to the landfill at no charge. There's a cost to the town for getting rid of it, which is a little bit exacerbated now because we're not collecting fees, but it does seem to be helping. The conservation organizations reported in that they are finding less of this junk scattered about, so that's good. I gave the board a monthly activities report for town administration. They adopted the warrant. We're having a special town meeting on November 4th, and they adopted the warrant for that. I believe we have 13 articles. The one article that we must do are budget adjustments for some of the enterprise funds. Not a big deal, but it's required before the Department of Revenue will set our tax rate for the current fiscal year. So we've got to get that done, and there's a quorum requirement. So we just need some people to show up to help vote yes, please, on this.
Well, anything else hot?
There are some other sort of minor financial articles. There's a zoning article that's not really that big a deal. There are 4 citizen articles, 2 of which have to do with expanding the sewer district, and then there's another sewer district expansion article that the board put in. There's one citizen article for taking a portion of Capom Road, which evidently is private, although everybody up till now thought it was public. And maybe the most controversial one, I guess, might be one that amends Chapter 67 of the Town Code, which relates to coastal engineering structures. Then this obviously relates back to the SBPF proposal on Baxter Road, the erosion control proposal. So that's that. At our meeting next week, the board has a lot of real estate items. We have an HDC appeal, and they're going to be talking about the workshop, the topics for their next workshop, which is October 9th, and I think we will be discussing the Chamber of Commerce Visitor Services proposal as well as parking.
That'll be hot.
That'll be hot. That's October 9th.
What do you mean parking?
The board back in the spring had some ideas about parking, but it was too late to either put them in effect or we had to make a change at town meeting. Oh, thank you for mentioning that, because there is another warrant article on the special which relates to parking. It would amend the existing bylaw to allow the board to make some changes to the parking district map, the times and the hours and times, same thing, and the dates that parking is enforced. Parking restrictions are enforced, and that might be a little bit controversial. I'm not sure. The board had a bit of discussion about it, and it wasn't a unanimous vote to include that article.
Anything to do with that parking garage that they were thinking?
No,
is that
nothing at all.
Okay.
Nothing whatsoever to do with that.
Got it.
So back to the workshop on October 9th, they agreed that they wanted to have just a general discussion about parking and try to come up with some ways to continue to improve parking and traffic, mostly in the downtown area. And I think some of them have some good ideas, so we'll hear about those on the 9th. We're also getting a presentation from our assessor about the tax rate and residential exemption process, how that all works. And we're going to be reviewing in some detail the schedule for the Phase 2B Downtown Sewer Rehab Project, which will be taking place in this area. Broad Street here, from top to bottom, will be affected. And we're trying to get a lot of the work that's going to affect businesses and people done after the stroll or after Christmas, and some of the other work done before then. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And when the work is happening, we will make sure that there are Twitter alerts, Ping 4 alerts, be on the website, and probably in a banner, and everywhere we can think of to let people know. Businesses will be met with, residents, things like that. So those are some of the things going on. The Finance Committee has its public hearing on the warrant articles on Monday, September 30th at 4 o'clock at the 4FG building, Public Safety Building. And just lots of other things going on. The board did have some extended discussion about the erosion control project in Sconset at their meeting this Wednesday. And very shortly, we're just not sure of the date yet, hopefully maybe next week, but more likely the week after, we will be talking about temporary stabilization options for the road to be put in place for this winter, so that we can buy a little time. Hopefully the road won't get eroded away this winter, but you never know. So we want to put in some temporary stabilization and then continue to explore alternative access options in the area for the, I'm going to say, potential inevitability, maybe, that some portions of the road will be eroded away. Anyway, there are some differing theories on that.
Not if we put a tow at the bottom, Libby.
Well, that is an approach.
I know.
By some.
Yes.
I'm completely neutral on this.
Of course you are.
I'm Switzerland in this. Okay, so that's about it. Greg and I are going to be at a conference next week. ICMA, International City Managers Conference, is in a different city every year, and this year it's in Boston. So we figure, why doesn't the trash truck know that we're doing the show here? We should avoid this entire area. Don't they know what's going on here? In any case, we are going to the conference Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll be back Wednesday afternoon, evening for the board meeting.
Good.
And I guess I'm going to say that's about it for now. Anything going on that you're
not that I can think of at this juncture.
Okay. Well then, thank you very much. See you next time.
Oh, Libby.
Yes.
Isn't today your birthday?
Yes.
Did I just hear that?
I don't know.
Oh,
did you?
Happy birthday, Libby.
Thank you, Gina. Oh my goodness. Oh.
I thought he was bringing you a present. He was just picking up his bike.
Where's my present? Where's my latte?
Exactly.
No, I didn't get a latte today. I was going to buy one for myself. Erica gave me a beautiful cupcake from the Petticoat Row. I'm debating on whether or not I should eat it now.
What are we doing? Any big plans tonight?
Going out to dinner.
Beautiful.
Family dinner at Fusaro's.
Ooh.
And that's it.
Oh gosh. Well, I hope you have a great day, Libby.
Thank you very much, Gino. I appreciate it. Thank you also for not asking me how old I am, but obviously I'm 35 again.
Of course you are.
Thanks very much. See you next time.